Hey folks, I'm Katie, your community manager here at SketchDeck, and I'm so excited that you're joining our team. In this playlist of videos, we're going to be walking you through the basics of how to work within our platform as a member of our creative contractor team. So to get started here, I'm going to walk through your profile and setting up your profile. Once you've made an account on our platform with your new SketchDecker email address, you'll be prompted to come here into your profile. This can also be accessed from your avatar right up here at the top, your name, as well as in the main nav on the left-hand side. You'll find that under People, Your Profile. So looking here at my profile, I'm in the overview page, and the first few items that we'll ask you to set are you can upload a profile picture, which we absolutely love to see. And then we ask that you include your pronouns. Your pronouns will show up anywhere that your profile is listed in the platform, such as the agency directory. Below that, there's an About field where you can fill in any information that you prefer to share with the community at large. Anything about your background, your skill set, or just fun info to know about you. And then most importantly on this page is going to be to set your time zone. You can do so with the drop down here. And setting your time zone is integral because that will make sure that you receive all of your notifications in the platform listed in your local time zone. It'll also let everybody else on our platform know what time zone you are in and what your local time is. Here we have the dashboard projects view, which allows for two different options, either the active projects page, which will show you all projects that you are currently listed as a team member on, or the project search, which will show you our site-wide project search, where you can search for any project across the platform. More on these two items in a later video. They also live here in our main nav on the left-hand side of the page. Next, we've got the default design to view only. This is defaulted as on. This means that when you are in a project and you're viewing that project's preview page, the preview page will default to a view only state. More on this as well in a future video where you'll learn about pinning previews, but you can keep this as on. Down below the fold here are items that I actually deal with on the back end, so you don't need to worry about that. And then we'll look at a few other tabs in your profile. The Payment Methods tab can actually be ignored altogether. It has nothing to do with how you get paid. It's actually a page where you can enter a payment method if you were to be a paying customer to SketchDeck. So as I mentioned, you don't really need to worry about the Payment Methods tab here. Next, you've got your timesheet, which is you can view week by week here. You can go back into past weeks, and it is broken down by each client organization that you've worked on projects for, and then the projects of that organization. So I can open the SketchDeck organization, for instance, see all of the 15 projects that I am listed as a team member on, and then see where I have clocked time, how much time that is, what project that was, etc. In the next tab over, notifications, are your notification settings. You can see that we offer notifications via email here in the app, which show up on the left-hand side, the notifications part of the main nav, and then desktop notifications as well. We would recommend that to start, maybe try leaving all of your notifications on, whether that be email and an app. You don't necessarily need to turn on desktop notifications, depending on what works best for you. And then as you work with the platform and begin to receive notifications about the projects that you're working on and the tasks that you have at hand, you can come in and turn them on and off as you see fit. The next tab over is Teams, which we won't really touch on here. This is more integral to folks on our project management team. The feedback tab is going to show you feedback coming in from the clients on all projects that you've worked on. And then next, very important tab here is your availability. So here we will ask that you will, again, make sure that your time zone is set correctly. This time zone dropdown is correlated to the one on your overview page, so that will connect. You only need to set it in one location and it'll show up correctly in both pages. And then next here we have your availability. We ask that you, if you're going to be available to SketchDeck during regular hours, regular hours that our team can count on you being available, you can set those here, turning on and off the days that you're available and setting the hours in your local time. Additionally, there's a tab up here for out of office time. Here you can set your out of office time or add an out of office notification. That will show up here in your profile, and then it will also show up kind of in your project queue that project managers and design directors can see when they are assigning work to our creative contractor team. So very important here to add your out of office when you're going to be unavailable for a certain period of days, and very important to set up your work availability. The work availability is also related to your status. Here we can see it's available. That is the same as this button right up here on the top right next to my avatar, which shows me as being available. You can also quickly change your status right up here from the drop down. You can access your work availability, this page here, right from this drop down as well, and you can add an out of office from that drop down as well. So two different places to access this exact same page. And then the last tab we'll look at is quite important for our contractors. That's the work history tab here. This is going to show you every single line item of time that you have clocked on the platform. So this will show you pay period to pay period, all of the time that you have worked, and you'll be able to download past pay stubs from right here in this tab, download pay stub. So moving on from our profile, we're going to be looking at the home page. So on the left-hand side here, this black bar is our main navigation. It can be toggled to close or opened up here. And the home screen is what we also refer to as your dashboard. And here on the dashboard or home screen, we can see our things to do. We get alerts at the very top. For instance, any task that is past due is going to show up here in the alerts. Also, any time that has been reserved is going to show up here. As we scroll down, you likely won't have many items that show up in this for your review section. That's more for clients and folks that are listed as a client on the project and the project is ready for review. We have a section for tasks that are due today. We can see what that task is, when the deadline is. We can click here to start work, which will take us, it'll open up a new tab to that project. We can also access the project by clicking on the project name. Then we see project tasks due later this week, project tasks due next week or later, and then tasks with no deadline here. At the very bottom, we'll see recent projects from our team, so any recent SketchDeck projects that are about. Notifications, here is the notification center for the notifications that you have turned on for in-app. So as you are assigned tasks, those notifications will show up for you here as well, in addition to in your home screen, in addition to sending you an email notification if you have that notification turned on. Below my notifications here, I'm seeing two projects that I currently have starred or favorited, which has them always sitting above the first fold so that I can access them quickly. The next item down is our projects section, where you can view that active projects page that I mentioned back from your profile overview. The active projects page is going to show all projects that you're currently listed as a team member on, and it's going to show what their status is. So whether projects are in a setup stage or with agency or with client, etc. Each person's active projects page is going to look different depending on the projects that they are currently listed on. Next, we have our project search. This is our platform-wide search. It's very robust. There'll be an additional video talking you through the project search. And then we'll always see our 3 most recent visited projects listed here. So as you can see, as I hover over any of these items, a star pops up on the right where we can favorite that. And those are the items that will live up here in your favorites section. So that's a helpful thing to use if you're working on a particular project that you're coming back to time and time again. You can favorite that and keep it up here at the top until that project is complete. And then the last item here in our main navigation is the support section where you can get help. This will send you to a help fill out form. What's new is going to show you new features and demos and training videos in the platform. And then I think I need to scoot my face over. We've got our docs, which will link you out to our docs that talk you through many different features on the platform. It can be explored on your own time. And our designer wiki, which you should have an invitation to in your @SketchDeck email account. We'll dive into the wiki in a future video as well and walking you through some training materials within the wiki. But that is our platform overview in a nutshell. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in another video soon.